Alright, this is King Black with the last segment of my presentation to prove that your boy, Jamarle Jones, aka Jihad Abu Jamarle, is a confidential informant. Here I have in front of me is the official documentation to make a showing that he's an informant. This is the search warrant that was prepared by the United States District Court, District of New Jersey. And I decided to read everything in its entirety. I'm gonna read everything. Well, actually not everything, but there is some information that's really not relevant to making my showing that Jihad is an informant. But I also want to, add on the information about the agent in my case, also known as the affiant, who applied for the search warrant. And I will also, when I edit this video, what I'll do is, so if you guys, just want to skip this part, what I'm saying, you could just go straight to the portion where I'm going to outline where, Jihad is an informant. But for now, I'm just going to, like I said, I'll put that in the beginning of the video, the time or the minutes where you can go straight to the portion, just getting straight to the point. But for now, I'm just going to read the search warrant. So, all right, so here we have, this is the beginning of the search warrant. I'm going to try to be very quick with this because I want to get straight to the point. So this is the beginning of the search warrant. The top, it says United States District Court of District of New Jersey. In the matter of the application of the United States for a search warrant for the premises more particularly described in attachment A. All right, magistrate number 143697. I, Kimberly F. Wojcik, being duly sworn, dispose and say I am special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and I have reason to believe that in or on the property or premises known as or located as, see attachment A, in the District of New Jersey, there is now concealed a certain property, namely, see attachment B, which is evidence of the commission of criminal offenses including violations of Title 18, United States Code, sections 922G1, 922D, and 931. The facts that support a finding of probable cause are as follows. See attached affidavit. Continuing on the attached page and made a part hereof. And then signed by her, Kimberly F. Wojcik, Special Agent, Federal Bureau of Investigation. All right. And importantly, then you have the date sworn to me and subscribed in my presence June 27th, 2014 at Newark, New Jersey. So, this is the date that she got the warrant. This is the date she applied for the warrant, and this is the date she received the warrant, and normally when, whether it's the, regular police or FBI, they normally have like 1 or 2 weeks, I believe like 14 days to execute the warrant. After 14 days, the warrant can't execute it no more, it's over. You know what I'm saying? They usually have 14, the information becomes stale, I believe it is. It gets stale, and the information that established probable cause, according to their legal guidelines, they're not entitled to execute the search warrant anymore. All right, so let's go to the second page, which is attachment A. All right, so the property or premises to be searched, which is somewhere where I used to live at, where I used to reside, 122 Renner Avenue, Newark, New Jersey. All right, so like I said, I'm not going to read all of this. This is just pretty much saying, they just describing my house in detail, being very specific or whatever. So, boom. Attachment A, then we got attachment B. All right, so it's items to be searching for and seized, attachment B. So all this just outlines all the stuff that they come in for, all the shit that they come in search and confiscate and seize out of my house. And I'm not going to read through all of that. I'm just going through all the pages, all right? That's the next page right there, just more information, just stuff, about the stuff that they're searching for, all right? All right, here we go. We have attachment C, United States District Court, District of New Jersey. All right, this is the affidavit part of it. And this is the important part, right? So let's go straight down to the paragraph at the bottom. It states that I, Kimberly F. Wojcik, being duly sworn, dispose, and state. Now, before I go further, this is supposed to be the information provided which establishes probable cause. You know what I'm saying? This is the information they give to the judge, which is established probable cause. So let's finish on. I, Kimberly F. Wodrick, being duly sworn, dispose and state as follows. I have been a special agent with the FBI since 2008. I am assigned to an FBI squad in the Newark, New Jersey field office. Prior to joining the FBI, I served in the United States Secret Service. Interesting. Which I knew 7 years ago when this case first happened. I said interesting when I seen this. United States Secret Service for 5 years, both as a uniformed division officer and a special agent. I have been trained in various aspects of law enforcement, particularly the investigation of weapons-related offenses. Right? During my employment with the FBI and USSS, I have been involved in several weapons-related investigations and prosecutions. In the course of those investigations and others, I have conducted physical surveillance, interviewed cooperating witnesses, participated in the execution of arrest and search warrants, and secured other relevant information using various investigative techniques, including electronic surveillance. From my 10 years of law enforcement experience and training, I have become familiar with the techniques, practices, jargon, and equipment used by persons involved with illegal weapons possession. 2. As a special agent with the FBI, I am authorized to investigate violations of the laws of the United States and to execute warrants under authority of the United States. 3. This affidavit is submitted in support of a search warrant for the following premises, hereinafter referred to as the subject premises. All right, again, this is just my house, 122 Renner Avenue. It's just describing my house where I used to live at. All right, so we'll go to the next page. 4. Authority is sought to search the subject premises for evidence, fruits, and instrumentalities of violations of Title 18 United States Code Sections 922G1, 922D, and 931, as set forth in Attachment B. 5. As an agent assigned to the investigation, I am familiar with the information contained in this affidavit, either through personal investigation or through information provided by other law enforcement agents who have conducted interviews or who have themselves obtained information that in turn have reported to me. I have also reviewed the available documents that are relevant to this investigation. 6. On the basis of this familiarity, and on the basis of other information that I have reviewed and determined to be reliable, I submit that there is probable cause to believe that Breon Widgeon, also known as Brother Bomani, hereinafter Widgeon, has attempted to commit, and continues to commit federal offenses, including possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. In violation Title 18 United States Code Section 922G, selling a firearm to a prohibited person, specifically to a person known to be a convicted felon. In violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 922D, and possession of body armor as a prohibited person in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 931, collectively the specified federal offenses. 7. There is probable cause to believe that Widgeon is using the subject premises in connection with the commission of the specified federal offenses. All right, page number 4. 8. There is probable cause to believe that the items sought in Attachment B will be found in the subject premises. 9. Since this affidavit is being submitted for the limited purposes of obtaining a search warrant for the subject premises, I have not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation. I have set forth only the facts that I believe are sufficient to establish the foundation for the requested search warrant. 10. In this affidavit, various events, including but not limited to consensual recorded conversations, are indicated as having occurred at specific dates and times. All dates and times indicated in this affidavit are approximate, where statements of individuals are related herein unless otherwise indicated. They are related in substance and in part. The descriptions of recorded conversations and body wire recordings discussed below are based on summaries of the conversations prepared by law enforcement officers. 1. Confidential informant, CI1. All right, this is the beginning to the interesting part now. Okay. 11. CI1 has been providing reliable information to law enforcement since June 2013. All right. Specifically, CI1 has provided credible and reliable information about other ongoing criminal investigations. Okay? That information has been corroborated by information collected by law enforcement as well as information provided by other confidential informants. CI1 has positively identified Widgeon through a driver's license photograph of Widgeon. CI1 has conducted approximately 2 consensual recorded conversations with Widgeon, as is described in more detail below. CI1 recently discussed a firearms deal with Widgeon and went to the subject premises in order to meet with Widgeon and discuss the deal. While at the subject premises, Widgeon showed CI1 various weapons Widgeon possessed. CI1 has a criminal history. Now, this is where it's going to hurt. This is where it's going to hurt a lot of y'all, because y'all refusing to accept the truth. But you can't run away from this. Again, this is me making a showing that your man Jihad Abu Jamarle is a confidential informant, and he was the direct informant that I was dealing with, unfortunately, that got entrapped me and got me knocked off for almost 4 years, all right, in the feds, all right? CI1 has a criminal history that includes 1 felony conviction and 1 pending felony. Interesting. We got to definitely see what's that 1 pending felony. The conviction was from May 2005 for possession of a loaded firearm in the 3rd degree. Let me read that one more time so we can, there's no confusion. CI1 has a criminal history that includes 1 felony conviction and 1 pending felony. The conviction was from May 2005 for possession of a loaded firearm in the 3rd degree. CI1 is currently charged, currently meaning that in 2013, this was 2013, CI1 is currently charged in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania with being a felon in possession. Now, these are 2 different cases that they're outlining in the search warrant, all right? Mind you, they're referring to the conviction from 2005. Now, as you know, Jihad got bumped off in New York in 2004, June 2004, all right? Now, how long does a case normally, now I know this because, I've been in the system, I've been in the criminal injustice system, I know how it works. Normally it takes about 9 months to a year, for a case to get disposed of. In some instances, in relation to weapons charges and stuff like that, like a year. When it comes to more serious offenses like murder charges and stuff like that, that can take anywhere 5-10 years. You could be sitting in jail for 5 years for a murder charge. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the conviction was from May 2005 for possession of a loaded firearm in the 3rd degree, so which means that he pleaded out in May 2005. So he got arrested June 2004 in New York, according to New York Post. June 2004, he copped out or was sentenced May 2005 for possession of a loaded firearm in the 3rd degree. CI1 is currently charged in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania with being a felon in possession. All right? Now, at the time when I was dealing with this nigga, when I was dealing with this fool, I didn't know that he was jammed up. I had no idea he was jammed up. I kind of knew that he was back and forth from Pennsylvania. I kind of had a little bit of information about that, but I had no idea he got arrested for no damn guns. Now, if you pay attention to the intro, to my intro, I posted the picture of him on the porch, somebody's porch with the I believe he got an SKS. It's not an AK, it's an SKS, I believe he got, holding in his hand with a shirt that says Muslim. Now, that could have been the weapon that he got, jammed up with, because I know that was like around the time when I saved that photograph, you feel me? I saved that photograph, and I'm glad that I did. He posted, actually, in fact, he deleted those pictures as of date. You know what I'm saying? He been deleted those pictures especially after I came home and he started to learn that I was putting stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? I was putting this information out there, and he was starting to understand what was going on. So he started to take a lot of that stuff down. And he actually posted, I remember the day, he posted that around the time when Trayvon Martin, the case of Trayvon Martin in 2012, he posted that photograph of him on the porch with the SKS. And he had a bag of Skittles and Arizona iced tea on the porch, saying, like, just making some like subliminal message like, oh, you know what I'm saying, just in relation to the Trayvon Martin case. So let's get back into the warrant. Let's finish reading as I still have here. All right. So again, CI1 is currently charged in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania with being a felon in possession. He was arrested April 17th, 2013 and is awaiting sentence. CI1 has agreed to assist law enforcement in exchange for consideration at the time of his sentencing. CI1 also receives monetary compensation from law enforcement in return for CS1's information and assistance. So pretty much all they're saying that not only is he's working and assisting the FBI to get people apprehended and prosecuted, he's also getting paid for it. He's receiving monetary compensation. So he's getting, he's getting two different things. Like he's trying to work his sentence off, or he's trying to work out of a sentence. Also, which I believe he was successful, because I don't think he ever went to jail for the case out of Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? That case in Pennsylvania, I don't know if this situation happened in Philly or somewhere else, but I just know it was in Pennsylvania, the Eastern District, all right? So we already know this nigga receives money. We already know that, he agreed to assist law enforcement, all right? We at number 12 now. CI1's information concerning Widgeon and the subject premises has been corroborated by other confidential sources, physical surveillance, and consensual recorded conversations and telephone calls that CI1 has had with Widgeon. Now, also note that I also have, like I said, I have a lot of my discovery. You know what I mean? Like, I have most of my discovery. I have pretty much everything for the most part. I also have the photographs of all the text messages between me and Jihad. You know what I'm saying? I have all of that right here. I'm looking at it right now. So I also will provide that. You know what I'm saying? Just for the record. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really show anything, but, you know what I'm saying, like, you can't really see his number. I mean, if anybody had his number around that time, 2013, 2014, it doesn't show that. But you could just look at the conversation, you know how he talks. You know what I'm saying? You guys have an idea how he talks. So you would just read the conversation between me and him, you would see, like, yo, that's him. And you know what I'm saying? And in some instances, for someone that really knows him, you could just look at the picture of the thumbnail on the photographs. You could see, if I really zoom it in, you be like, yo, that's his body structure. That's him. You can't really see his face and shit like that, but you can see it and like, yo, that's him. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the rest of this information here, just pretty much, they're just talking about me and my record. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to call it a criminal record, because I'm not a fucking criminal. All right? We already know what the system's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about trapping off the black man, criminalizing us, you know what I'm saying, so we can be disenfranchised and marginalized, and so we can't have our rights. We already know what this shit is about, and that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother show, all right? Whole nother presentation, which I also plan on doing, you know what I'm saying? I want to do a presentation on what this government's doing on trying to round up a lot of our people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of black men, a lot of black women, you know what I'm saying, get us in the system, which things that we already know, you know what I'm saying, mass incarceration, the war on drugs, etc., and I can keep going. So, but that's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to get off of this, so, all right, let's go to page 6. Let's go to page, right, hold on one second. Page 7, all right? Now, this is an important piece of information, too, all right? And now, right now, we're on page 7. So, on page 7, it pretty much outlines more information about him. And, pretty much when me and him was meeting up, it's going to outline the dates, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the time, but it's going to show that the dates and stuff that me and him met up, and it's going to give some relevant information about it's like I said, again, the point is to make it showing that this is him. If you know Jihad, you know his situation, you know where he was at what times, and what was going on. So let's get started. Start at 16. On or about June 20th, 2014, under the direction and control of law enforcement, CI1 met with Widgeon in downtown Newark, New Jersey, period. CI1 told Widgeon that CI1 was interested in purchasing a firearm. Sounds like entrapment to me, right? Okay. During the conversation, CI1 referenced a felony conviction he had from New York. Specifically, CI1 spoke about a year he spent at Rikers Island Correctional Facility for a weapons-related offense. Widgeon told CI1 that he would be interested in trading a 40 caliber high-point pistol he currently owned for a better gun. Now, let me stop right there real fast, all right? Now, this is what I was talking about, how I was trying to move to suppress the evidence, because a lot of information in here was not factual. There were some lies in this affidavit, you know, so there are some things that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? I'm just reading through it, you know what I'm saying, just because, you know, it is what it is. That case is over. You know, I didn't plead guilty. I didn't receive any justice in the courts. They railroaded me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of, I don't really have any regrets, because had I, you know, took the shit to trial, I would have lost. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I didn't have a sufficient lawyer, and everybody was working against me. All right, and then had I stayed in there, I'd probably be in there during this whole COVID situation. I know I would. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no regrets about that. All right. So again, this affidavit, there was some false stuff. A lot of things that they inserted in this affidavit that established probable cause that was false, and I should have been granted with a Frank's hearing. You know what I'm saying? Frank's hearing to remove all of it. Pretty much what that does is just strikes all the information that was false, that you can't prove. You know what I'm saying? That established probable cause for the affidavit. Because mind you, I only got arrested because they searched my house and they found a weapon. Now, if the search warrant wasn't valid, I would have never got arrested. But that's a whole nother conversation. So let's finish reading. All right, let's back to 16, sentence. What's this? 3. CI1 referenced a felony conviction he had from New York. Specifically, CI1 spoke about a year he spent at Rikers Island Correctional Facility for a weapons-related offense. Widgeon told CI1 that he would be interested in trading a 40 caliber high-point pistol. Now, mind you, again, I got arrested with a 9mm. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Let me keep reading and stop interrupting and get straight to the point and proving my case. Keep doing that shit, all right? He currently owned for a better gun. Widgeon asked CI1 if CI1 could get Widgeon a newer firearm. Widgeon told CI1 that he was already attempting to get an AK-47 semi-automatic weapon with a pistol grip from another unidentified individual. He explained that he wanted a semi-automatic or automatic weapon that he could conceal on his person. 17. CI1 told Widgeon that he had a friend who might be interested in making that deal. Talking about the FBI. CI1 explained that he needed to see the weapon Widgeon had before he would contact his friend about the deal. Widgeon agreed to show CI1 his weapons, and they arranged to meet at the subject premises within the next few days. Now, mind you, the whole objective was just they wanted me off the streets, all right? So when they sent him, and once he started providing the information to them, the FBI, you know, they said, all right, we got him. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much he kept coming back to induce me, to entice me into his criminal activity. Because like I said, at the inception of when we first met, when he first approached me, when I first was approached by a governmental informant, Jamarle, this was May 2014, all right? These recorded meetings didn't really start happening until June, you know what I'm saying? The end of June and early July, you know what I'm saying? So he just kept coming back, and they already said, all right, we was looking good, you know what I'm saying? And I also going to outline in another segment, you know, other things that they was trying to do to me, because they was trying to kill me, all right? The FBI, the federal government, was trying to kill me. They was trying to create a scenario to get me lined up, you know what I'm saying, and blow me away. I'm gonna be straightforward with y'all. Like, this was what was going down. I didn't notice at the time, but after I got arrested, and I was, you know, when I was in the concentration camp, in Hudson County Correctional Concentration Camp, I started figuring everything out, you know what I'm saying? So, also, you know, Sharif put me on too. Sharif put me on, you know what I'm saying? He told me, like, yo, they trying to kill you, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Because when I put everything in its proper perspective as far as the events that happened at the park, you know, all of that stuff is not in this search warrant. This search warrant is just pertaining to the weapon that's in the house, and they're just trying to get it, you know what I'm saying, so they can lock me up. Now, the FBI was trying to do some other shit, some sting operations. They was trying to create some shit at the park. They wanted me to get some AKs and shit. They wanted me to grab this AK out of a trunk. But that, again, that's a whole nother segment. I don't want to talk about that right now. All right? Let's get back to 17. All right, CI1 told Widgeon that he had a friend who might be interested in making that trade. CI1 explained that he needed to see the weapon Widgeon had before he would contact his friend about the deal. Widgeon agreed to show CI1 his weapon, and they arranged to meet at the subject premises within the next few days. 18. On June 23, 2014, under the direction and control of law enforcement, CI1 contacted Widgeon by telephone. That call was consensually monitored by law enforcement. Widgeon told CI1 to meet him at his house and gave the address of the subject premises. All right, 19. At about 3:30 p.m. on June, and that's why I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I let this nigga in my house. I done gave this nigga my address, and that was, and let him take a picture of a weapon in my house, and that pretty much would establish, in the nutshell, that's kind of like what established probable cause. It's more to it than that. That the statements that was stated that establishes probable cause is more to it than that. But you know what I'm saying, that was really the forefront. The photograph. Like I said, although the other things were lies and stuff, and which could have been stricken from the affidavit if I was granted a Frank's hearing, but I wasn't. So again, that's irrelevant. All right, back to 19. At about 3:30 p.m. on June 23rd, 2014, and under the direction and control of law enforcement, CI1 arrived at the subject premises. CI1 was wired with an audio recording device. CI1 approached the subject premises and knocked on the front door. Widgeon answered the door and led CI1 into the location. Widgeon led CI1 upstairs to a room CI1 believes to be Widgeon's bedroom. CI1 looked around the first floor living room and did not see any other individuals. 20. Widgeon proceeded up the stairs and CI1 followed behind him. At the top of the stairs, they walked past a bathroom on the left side and then went directly into a bedroom. CI1 stated that the bedroom had 2 beds in it. One bed appeared to have been slept in, and the other was covered with various weapons and weapon paraphernalia. Widgeon had placed a variety of weapons and firearm paraphernalia on the second bed in order to show CI1 what he possessed. The items included but are not limited to 3 large knives, 1 high-point .40 caliber handgun black, 2 ammunition magazines, loose ammunition, 1 pair of brass knuckles, and 1 bulletproof vest with trauma pleats. 21. While inside the bedroom, CI1 and Widgeon talked about making a firearm trade. Widgeon told CI1 that he did not want to be without a firearm, therefore he would only sell his weapon if another weapon was available. Widgeon again expressed his interest in getting an AK-47 with a pistol grip. 22. While inside the bedroom, Widgeon also stated that he was purchasing another bulletproof vest. He stated that it would take approximately 4 to 6 weeks to get the vest, and he stated that he placed the order on May 19, 2014. During the course of the conversation, utilizing a laptop computer in the bedroom, Widgeon showed CI1 an internet video depicting an unknown individual with a collection of firearms. Widgeon stated in substance and in part that he, Widgeon, intended to amass a collection of firearms similar to what was depicted in the video. 23. CI1 again told Widgeon that he was not able to get a weapon through legitimate dealers, and CI1 stated, "Since I caught that charge in New York, I can't get shit." All right? Now, they outlined it again. Now, this is the feds. The feds wrote this. You know what I'm saying? The special agent Kimberly Wojcik, she wrote this. Outlining it again that, talking about the charge when Jihad was arrested in New York in 2004. Okay? Since I caught that charge in New York, I can't get shit. CI1 and Widgeon had previously discussed the fact that CI1 spent over a year in jail for gun charges, and CI1 was informing Widgeon that he could not purchase a firearm legally because he was a felon. 24. CI1 asked Widgeon if he could take a picture of the weapons Widgeon possessed. Dude! Now that's where I fucked up, you know what I'm saying? I let this guy take a photograph inside the house. I let this nigga in my house. I associated with this nigga, and, it cost me. CI1 told Widgeon that he would show his friend the picture, his friend meaning the FBI, and asked if the friend was interested in making a deal. Widgeon agreed to let CI1 take a photograph of the items Widgeon had placed on the display. The photograph is attached as Exhibit 1. 25. CI1 told Widgeon that CI1 would take a picture of any firearms that the friend was willing to sell. CI1 told Widgeon that CI1 would get back in touch with him in a few days about the firearm deal. Widgeon agreed and stated that he was interested and would be willing to talk about prices at that time. Widgeon stated that his firearm was worth about $350. 26. On June 26, 2014, at about 3 p.m., CI1 spoke with Widgeon over the telephone. CI1 and Widgeon agreed to meet on June 27, 2014 to further discuss the firearm deal and so that CI1 could show Widgeon photographs of available weapons. All right, now 27. I believe the above information establishes probable cause. That this is the AFM pretty much saying that all the information prior is what what establishes probable cause. And I'm going to conclude there with because I'm not going to read the rest of this. All this other information is just irrelevant stuff. Not pertaining to me making them as showing that Jihad is the informant in my case. He is the informant in my case. It's actual fact. I mean, I don't need to make up stuff. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like again, everybody that knows Jihad knows that he was jammed up in 2004 in New York for a gun charge, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? You noticed already. Now, and also, if you do know, if you was hanging around him around the time of 2013, you know that he got jammed up in PA. So I just outlined it, man. I don't understand what else is there to talk about. You know, I pretty much outlined the case. Peace and power, y'all.
Fuck off me, nigga. You stupid. Hold on. No.